Greetings, Uncle Travelling Matt here, reporting at the end of another day in India. So, today has actually been, I think, one of my least favourite of the holiday. Obviously better than the one where I spent half of it sat in the airport, but aside from that, it's not been a good day. Got into Haridwar late last night, about 3 o'clock in the morning, and got a tuk-tuk to, hotels, and they were saying, they'd be about 700 each, and they all wanted 1,500. The hotels seem to be really expensive here compared with what they used to be, and it seems to be something to do with an S form, which is some police form, which means that you've got to you've got to register like foreigners with the police, which makes it a little bit more difficult, and just a chance to ramp up the prices on pretty crap hotels. In the end, I found one for 1,200, and I went to bed, and I actually didn't get a bad night's sleep. I woke up about 10 o'clock, but I'd also had a good 4 hours sleep on the train, so I actually got, although it wasn't quality sleep, I got a good amount of sleep, and I wasn't that tired. But what I found coming on in the train last night, and more so today, is just coming down with a nasty cold, which is hardly surprising, considering, I've been drinking Ganges water and wandering around and not sleeping regularly and all that kind of stuff, eating different food. But even so, it's horrible, and I just ache all over, and I'm knackered, and that's impacted my enjoyment. That said, I don't think Haridwar lived up to my expectations, and maybe coming from Varanasi, which I so much fell in love with, I thought it'd be a bit more of the same, but it's not as nice. It's not got that sense of peace and serenity, for me at least. It's just very chaotic, very busy, and gaudy. And that's quite sad, because I expected more than that. So I went, did a little bit of souvenir shopping. Actually, I hadn't bought much so far, but now I know more about my money situation, and I'm not lugging stuff around so much. Bought a few pictures of Radha and Krishna, a couple of t-shirts for the kids, that kind of stuff. And then went to the ghats, and the ghats, a bit different from Varanasi, in that the ghats are actually, a lot of them are on bridges going across the river, and so the river is almost crisscrossed with ghats rather than just being at the side, so you don't get the sense of the river the same. What is noticeable, this is a very Hindu city, and the crowd is quite different to the one at Varanasi. You see women in Rajasthani costume, Punjabi costume, that kind of stuff, which we weren't seeing so much there. They take it seriously here. I think it's all about Vishnu. Not quite sure, but I did have a little dabble in the Ganges and that, but it wasn't the same. I also met 2 Russian girls and a Ukrainian girl who had converted to some kind of Krishna cult. Now, it wasn't ISKCON, it wasn't Hare Krishnas, but they were telling me about their guru. They were saying how very happy they were, and they sold me 2 books. Not too expensive. I read half of them. It was about Chaitanya, who had actually been looking for a good book on Chaitanya, so that was quite nice. Although it's a bit obtusely written, as these books tend to be. And then after that, I did what I think most tourists do, is I went up to the temples. So there are 2 notable temples here. Excuse me. One is the Mata Devi, and the other is the Chandri Devi. So they're devoted to female goddesses, and they're meant to be wish-fulfilling goddesses. And they're both on top of hills, one on either side of the river. And there are little cable cars that go up to them, so I went on this cable car. The Mata Devi one I found quite powerful, but again, the really pushy, Brahmins there just wanting money and go around here, more money, more money, more money. A bit more prepared this time. I had a lot of small change and pretended I didn't have any big notes. But even so, they still probably got about £2 off me, which is a bit annoying. No, well, not that much. It was about £1. I think they got in the end. 10 quid, yeah. But it just rankles a bit because it's so against what it's meant to be, and you know there's a lot of very poor people there and they're taking advantage of. Then got on this bus and went across the river to the other one, up and on all the cable car. Loads of monkeys around actually. That one was less pushy, it was less busy, but by now the kind of tiredness and all that was kicking in, and I was also feeling cold. That's why I'm wearing my coat at the moment. But I did sit down and write a couple of poems in the temple, which was nice, although I got interrupted by a man who wanted to know how he could get a visa to the UK. In the pharmaceutical sector, I was I'm exactly the guy to ask on that matter. But you know, I had a little chat, and you know, as always, I've had chats with you know random strangers throughout the day, and that's been quite nice. So yes, and then we went back. The actual cable car had to have a bit of maintenance, so I sat waiting for about half an hour, and then they restarted it again and took about the last 200 of us down, and so I came back in the dark into my hotel, really not feeling good. I've got some medicine from a pharmacy on the way, and then I splurged out 30 rupees. I'm in the air-conditioned waiting room, so I'm not on the platform, and I can charge my phone, and I've got somewhere to sit. So that was Haridwar, one of the 7 Hindu holy cities. I'm trying to work out what the others are. I'm pretty certain Varanasi is, and I think Pushkar was one, but the rest I don't know. Dwarka maybe, Mathura, because don't know. But anyway, I'll have to find that out. Yeah, so I've now got something I'm really not enjoying. This is the bit I've been absolutely dreading, and typically it comes when I've got a stinking cold. But I've got like a train journey of several hours to Chandigarh. Then I've got to find the bus station at about 2 o'clock in the morning, and then wait for the first bus up into the Himalayas, because I'm going to try and get to Manicaran. Manicaran, I'll explain more later, but it's a hot spring resort in the mountains, and I want to spend a day there just doing nothing but relaxing. India is so busy, it's so exhausting. I'm hoping for a bit of relaxation. The problem is you can get it, but it comes at the cost of very long bus journeys. But since I'm in Dharamsalam anyway, yeah, now it's me, Uncle Travelling Matt. Keep travelling.
May I have your attention, please? Train number 14631, Amritsar Express from Dehradun to Amritsar via Saharanpur, Ambala.